Hey guys, it's Mike from the Vintage Trading Post. Just catching back up. I'm going to try to do a couple more videos a little bit more frequently. Getting a lot of good response. I want to thank all my subscribers. I want to thank all you guys that view it. I'm trying to actually get some more subscribers. I know that there's a lot of people doing stuff like this, talking about magic and stuff like that, and graded cards and whatnot. All I can do is make videos to share with you guys my experiences. I've been in this game since 1994. I got into grading magic cards probably around 15, 16, and I'm learning a lot. I've learned a lot. I've studied the MTG economy throughout the years, and I like to share my knowledge and my experiences with you guys, and that's why I do these videos. So, with all that said, again, I appreciate you guys viewing and leaving comments. I hope you guys put more comments, and if you guys ever need to get a hold of me, I'll put the email out at the end. Feel free to reach out to me. So let's talk about what's going on with the market right now. It's October 17th. The market's red hot. I can't believe 2020 is almost over, but I think a lot of you guys would agree with me, 2020 has been a real shitty year all around with everything outside of MTG. So I'm kind of glad to get that over with. But again, let's talk about the market. So I did a video back in August, a couple months ago, and the market was just starting to heat up, and I showed you guys how values were starting to go up. So now I want to talk to you guys about where we're at in October. The values are still going up. So some of you guys might be asking, well, why is that? Okay, well, let's talk about it. I think what's going on right now is a perfect storm. We got a couple different things going on. For one, the group that I'm in on Facebook just reached 4,000 members. That is strictly for Graded MTG. Congratulations to Dean and Adam and Brian and everyone else that runs that group, and to all the members for that matter, especially the old school members. It's a big accomplishment. 4,000 members is gigantic. I talked about that in the last one, and like I said, it's just amazing. So 4,000 members, we're getting a lot of new blood into the hobby of graded MTG collecting, and this is part of the perfect storm. So you got all these new members. Guys, just look at the general populations of BGS 10. I won't even go with Black Label, just BGS 10, 9.5, even 9. 4,000 members, and you look at the general population, there's just not enough graded cards out there, right? So how do we handle this problem? Well, there's still a lot of raw cards out there, right, and a lot of sealed product. Well, you guys have heard from previous videos, sealed product doesn't guarantee you guys 9.5. I can't stress it enough. I've seen a lot of sealed product being cracked. You might get some 9.5s, you might get some 9.5 quad, you might get all that stuff, but at the end of the day, I just, with the older stuff, you just don't see it. I've seen a lot of people cracking Dark. Dark is really big. Shout out to Chris and to Will and Ben and to all my other Dark cult followers. Dark is red hot. But with Dark, you see a lot of problems with the print. A lot of centering issues. And then I've noticed on packs, the edges are a little rough. So those don't necessarily give you 9.5s. So people are trying to send in everything they can get. They're trying to crack open sealed. You're starting to see sealed product go through the roof. Values are shooting up all across the board, even on the Silver Age stuff. People are sending in. Now here's the other part of the perfect storm. BGS, Becca Grading Service, they're backlogged. And a lot of you guys that are big into the hobby know this. You guys know that you guys are, I mean, I don't even know what the days are now. 5-day orders are taking 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You know, I've heard people say that the 60 days taking like 9 months or something like that. I don't know all the, I haven't sent anything in a while. I probably should, but everything's really backlogged. So that's why you're not seeing so much come up on eBay. A couple months ago, every day you'd see, 30, 40 new cards listed. You're not seeing that. Why? Well, because grading companies, and I'm going to use just Beckett right now, but I don't know about PSA and some of the other ones, but it's backlogged. So you don't have the volume coming back out for these new collectors. These new collectors are looking, they got money, they want to buy stuff, they want to start their collections up, and there's just not enough cards out there. And then you got old school guys like myself, I'm guilty of it, hoarding stuff. I mean, I got a small collection that I'm keeping all to myself. And there's a lot of guys that do that. They've seen the values go up through the years, which is smart. So with all that said, you're getting the perfect storm of new blood into the hobby, backlog on grading new submissions, I should say, not new cards, but vintage cards that are being newly submitted, raw to be graded, and it's awesome. Because now what's starting to happen is, and if you guys are paying attention very closely, you're starting to see BGS. Well, I'm going to stay with BGS. You're starting to see BGS 9 cards being sold. Over the last couple of years, there were people, with their budgets, they wanted to stay a little lower than the 9.5 crews, so they were buying 9s. Now you're starting to see the value of the 9s going up. You're starting to see demand for the 9s. I said that a couple of years ago. Over time, you're going to see 9s. 9s are going to go. That's what you're starting to see now. You're starting to see people buy 9s because the 9.5s just aren't popping out as frequently. So what does this all do, guys, right? Well, the new collectors come in, they see the old collectors, they see the old collectors' collection. So two things happen. One, supply versus demand. Backlog grading services, sealed product going through the shelves, but not a lot of grades coming back. So now you have supply versus demand, and that's driving the values up. The next thing you have is FOMO, fear of missing out. These new collectors see the older guys and the older collections. They're like, man, I want that. They just can't get it. So now they gotta, pay up a little bit more to start getting some of this stuff. And that is the perfect storm, guys, and that's why the values continue to go up right now in October of 20. As long as Beckett's backed up, I think you're going to continue to see the values go up. There's also another phase. I don't really talk about it much in my shows, but buyouts. For any of you guys that don't understand what a buyout is, it's very simple. You see it very commonly with reserve list cards. One person or investor or a group of people or a group of investors, they go out and they take $10,000 and they go out and buy every single Headless Horseman. I think that's a reserve list card from Legends. They'll go out and buy them all. And that card, I don't know, I couldn't even tell you the value, maybe $6, $7. So they'll go out and they'll spend 10 grand on it and go on TCG and go on eBay and they'll buy them all out. And overnight, everyone else on the outside is like, oh my God, that card it's disappearing from the market. I better get one because, again, supply versus demand and FOMO kicks in, and now there's no more Headless Horsemen, so people are like, well, I'm not going to pay $7. You know what? I better get it because who knows how high this is going to go. I'll pay $20. Meanwhile, the group of investors or investor is sitting on a bunch of them, and slowly they start selling them for $20, $30, and they're making a good profit. And that's basically, the way I understand it, a buyout. So you throw that buyout factor, and they're happening every day. If you guys are paying attention, I jump on MTG stocks, but there's other sites you could go on. You'll see the values daily changing on some of these. Again, primarily from what I've seen, it's reserve list cards. But with some of the more iconic cards, people try to do buyouts. We'll say the Gas Cradle. It's an expensive card. So, I mean, you got to have a lot of money if you're going to buy all those out. But even if you get a couple people here and there buying them out, I mean, it's still slowly driving up the value. And that's why the values of some of these iconic cards continue to go up. So, that's that. So, let's talk about the grading companies real quick, too. I wanted to mention this. A lot of talk about Beckett being backed up. And then there's PSA. Now there's a hot new group out there, CGC, and they're not even new. They've been around a while, Those of you guys who collect sports cards, comic books, and stuff, you guys know that they've been around. I'm not going to share my opinion because I don't really have an opinion of CGC. I will say that it took PSA and Beckett a long time to establish their dominance in grading MTG cards. And I know a lot of you guys could sit there and complain about PSA or Beckett. You know, let's just, me personally, I'm going to wait and let's see the product they put out. Let's see the grading. Are they more lax? Are they more strict? We're going to find out over time. And then we're going to see, you know, we'll form our own opinions about the company. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, really quick, wrap it all up, because I'm not making a real long video here on this one. I predict that at the end of 21, so December of 2021, our group has 4,000 members currently, October of 2020. I think by December 31st of 2021, we'll gain another 500 members. That's my bold prediction. I think a lot of people are starting to get into this hobby. They're starting to see the value. They're starting to see a lot of things. What's that mean for all of us that are grow? But right now, I would pay attention to the Four Horsemen sets. Arabian Nights has seen a huge jump over the last 2 or 3 years. You're starting to see it kind of level off. I still think it has a little bit more room to grow. Antiquities has a lot of room to grow. Legends has a lot of room to grow. And Dark, I mean, Dark really has a high ceiling as well. And I think a lot of people that could still afford boxes of Dark are buying it now, knowing this. They're smart. So, again, just dividing the general population, we'll say 9.5 cards, amongst 4,000 plus members, that's what's causing the values to go up. There's just not enough cards. But you are starting to see now some other good things. You're starting to see people buying 9s and 8s out there, which is a good thing. It's good to have people buying all the real high-grade stuff, obviously. But you kind of, as a collector, want, and even as an investor, you want people to buy the 9s and the 8s. It's an awesome hobby. The game is still the greatest game ever. You want these people to buy the 9s and the 8s and everything else. I'm sitting on a bunch of 9s and 8s because the values are going to go up in those too. And over time, I mean, just Magic's going to be worth a lot of money, guys. I compared it in one of my previous videos to the tobacco cards of baseball, the 1950s and 60s of baseball. And that's kind of what Magic is like. Alpha is the tobacco cards. The 50s and 60s are Beta, Arabian, Antiquities, Legends, even Dark to an extent. You know, and that's what you're starting to see. Starting to see the values of Unlimited go up. Like I said, guys. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys have any comments, you know, if you disagree with me or agree with me, leave them in the comments. Also, if you guys know anyone else that's into graded cards, send them my video. I would love to maybe start getting my subscriptions out more. I would like to grow a little bit more. You know, a couple years ago when I started this, I just was trying to talk to a couple of people. Now I'm starting to really network with people, and it's good. Some people are looking for certain cards, and I know other people have those cards. I'm kind of linking them together, you know, because that's what we do. I mean, it's good. I'm still looking for 18 cards to complete my collection. And, you know, with networking, I'm finding here and there people that may have these cards, and that's what it's all about, guys. So, again, refer people to my channel. I greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate all you guys watching. If you guys have any concerns or problems, again, email me, let me know. And thank you for your time, guys. Till next time.